Now, a big story, it's going to be all over the news and Sports Center and the newspapers. Hunter Wendelstedt in the first inning threw out Aaron Boone. And Aaron Boone didn't say a word. So here's what he said. Brian Hoke of MLB.com got a chance to talk with him. And he said that Hunter said he heard something from the area of the dugout. And rather than determine who said it, quote, Aaron Boone is the manager of the New York Yankees and is responsible for everything that happens in the dugout. I don't want to eject a ball player. We need to keep them in the game. That's what the fans pay to see. Aaron Boone runs the Yankees. He got ejected. Now, he goes on to say, apparently what he said was there was a fan right above the dugout. This isn't my first ejection. In the entirety of my career, I've never ejected a player or a manager for something a fan has said. I understand that's going to be part of a story or something like that because that's what Aaron was portraying. I heard something coming from the far end of the dugout, had nothing to do with his area, but he's the manager of the Yankees, so he's the one that had to go.
Is that true? Is that how you understand it?
This is Hunter's rule. I've never heard that rule.
Oh, so it's just the rule that he abides by.
Yeah, I don't want to throw out a player, so I just blame it on the manager.
Because I've seen bench players and bench coaches be thrown out and not the manager. It's whoever's barking at him gets thrown out. So you're telling me that if anybody in that dugout barks at the umpire has the ability to just throw out the manager?
I guess he does, but
that doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't seem right at all. And also, he's denying that the guy above the dugout said it. But the guy above the dugout clearly said it.
Well, he's in trouble because you know what he doesn't know is that there's footage.
Yeah.
Now, when he sees that footage, is he going to back off? Because he probably figures, the cameras probably didn't pick that up. But when you see Boone saying nothing and you see a fan mouthing the words that you hear, he's going to have to apologize.
You know what? It's like Patino a month ago. I just want to wait now. Let's just sit back and wait now, guys, because he has to back off of it.
I don't think he will.
Well, he has to. I mean, when you see the footage and you just see.
But he's going to say, it wasn't the guy above the dugout I heard something from he's already saying it. He's playing like the hero. People pay to see players. But, you know, Aaron Boone's the manager of those players. He doesn't throw them out for no reason. And I'm going to tell you another thing, and I've said this over and over again. You reap what you sow. Aaron Boone has been thrown out so many times since becoming the manager of the Yankees that the umpires are looking for a reason to toss him. They all have rabbit ears when it comes to Aaron. And I think Aaron has tried to be so much better this year where he's not barking on every single pitch. But because he defends his players incredibly, I think umpires are sick and tired of it, and they don't give him the benefit of the doubt. They're looking to throw him out. I think that's what happened today, Peter.
I hate to go comparing Aaron Boone to someone with a mixed reputation, but I think it's actually appropriate because there's a lot of good to this guy, too. It starts to be a little bit of Draymond Green. At a certain point, when you're used to something every single day, and at this point, every manager knows. I was actually speaking to someone, Mike, I don't know if you know this, I do research when I'm not on the
I didn't know that, no.
And over WrestleMania weekend, I talked to someone who is in, how would I describe what he does? He's involved in the officiating of Major League games and is on the field. And he said, everyone is over Boone. Like it's a constant thing. You know you're signing up for it. Same way, Don, that you know you're going to hear from Draymond 5 minutes into a game. You know you're going to hear from Boone. And Michael's right. Eventually, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt at all.
But what I need Major League Baseball to do is get involved here, because first of all, he's not telling the truth. Second of all, these self-imposed, these rules, I can throw a manager out for something somebody else says.
I know no such rule.
If that's not a rule and that's just something he arbitrarily does, I would think Major League Baseball's got to get involved in that. All right, it's game 23, whatever. But if that's a World Series game and my bat boy barks something, my manager can get thrown out of the game. I can understand if you can't shut him up. If Hunter said, shut him up or you're gone. Something like that. But he admitted it didn't come from where Boone was, so you can throw the manager out for something somebody else says?
Well, because there is video, yes, did a great job, and they had the camera on Aaron, and he gets thrown out and never said a word. So you're telling me that Hunter Wendelstedt has invented this rule.
Yeah.
I can't throw out a player, so he's responsible for everybody in the dugout. It's crazy.
I've never heard that. Then maybe that is to the discretion of the umpire, but I've seen guys on the bench get thrown out for barking at an umpire and the manager get to stay. Like I said, if his hitting coach is screaming at the umpire and the manager and the umpire says, "Hey, if you don't quiet him down, you're both gone," something like that. But to throw him out, and you just said that I'm throwing him out for something somebody else in the dugout did, and then we find out it wasn't somebody in the dugout, it was a fan behind the dugout. That's a bad look, man. Baseball's got to get involved.
So this is the second ejection of the season for Aaron, and it's 35 ejections since 2018, the most in the majors among any manager. So I'm telling you, I think he realizes, because I see a different demeanor from Aaron in the dugout. It does not help the team to ride the umpires all the time, because you're never, ever going to get the 50-50 call. You're just not. And they're going to look to throw you out like Wendelstedt did today. Now, that's not excusing Wendelstedt, because he's in the dead wrong. I remember I was a writer, and Billy Martin was the manager. And I was walking out of the stadium at 1 o'clock after writing a story, and I saw his car was still in the parking lot. So I doubled back, I went inside, and he's sitting there, with his T-shirt on, and I looked in, I said, "Everything okay?" And he waved me in, he goes, I'm going to quit. He said, "Because of my reputation, all the calls go against my team. I can't have my team lose because of me. I'm gonna resign." Now, that might have been a couple of drinks in, big front page story at the Post. Right. But that's how he felt. I think umpires are very, very, very thin-skinned. And they think they are judge and jury. And you know what? They are. And they have the power to do this. But I would hope that somebody in Major League Baseball says, "Hunter, you exceeded your authority. That was a bad look what you did." Yeah. He didn't say a word.
Yeah, Major League Baseball's got to get involved. And again, I need clarification on this supposed rule. I don't know that. You cover baseball way more than I do. You've never heard of it.
But it sounds like he said it was his rule.
Yeah, he made it up.
He said, "This is my rule." It's the him rules.
But that's not the way life works, Peter. There's rules within the game, and you just can't arbitrarily say, "Well, this is how I handle things." So if there's some other umpire, then he wouldn't have been thrown out. But even if that you let slide, okay, your rule betrayed you because it wasn't even anybody in the dugout that said it.
Now, at the time that he spoke to the pool reporter, Wendelstedt said that he had not seen a replay. Then he went on to say, "Everything you said is exactly kind of what was communicated on the field." That's what Aaron said. He said that a fan said it. I said, "I don't care who said it. It's foolish to throw out a player if you don't know who did it. The manager's there. Aaron took the hit, and he probably, is not the one who made the comment, but once again, he's the manager of the Yankees. He's responsible for the team." That's not a rule. It's not a rule.
It doesn't matter who said it. Of course it matters who says it, especially when it's not even somebody that's on the team.
Let's go to the phones.
You know what? He got embarrassed that he went over there reacting to something a fan said. And he can't let it go. He can't believe it.
You know what I like about Hunter? The Bob the Builder hat that he wears. He's the only umpire that wears it. You know Bob the Builder.
No, of course.
Look at his helmet. He looks like Bob the Builder.
I got to take a look at it.
I think you'll love it.
I just wanted to talk about, I know you've been talking about this, but I just wanted to talk about the umpire during the Yankees, the Yankee game today.
Yep.
I think it was really ridiculous. I mean, how do you screw that up?
Well, I think what it is, Arthur, is that they have rabbit ears, and they're always listening. If you just ignored it. Now, I can see if a player gets in your face and drops F-bombs and says something about your mother or your wife, but you're listening to hear something, to hear it from the dugout. You just are.
But what I never understood, you're an umpire. You might as well be God as far as baseball is concerned. You made a call. Now, replay changes that a little bit. But you call strike 3, it can't be changed. That's it. You've been struck out. You're done. So why would you get upset at somebody yelling at you? You can't lose that argument. You're out. I can't go back and change it. Even if I wanted to go back and change it, I can't change it. So why are you getting so upset? Let him have his piece and then go back. If you knew you were going to win every argument, Michael, would you ever raise your voice? They win every argument because it can't be changed unless it's replay. So what are you getting upset for other than letting your ego get in the way?